Fewer than 1 in 20 architects ever complete 50 buildings in a career. One man designed over 1,000, and the masterpiece that made him immortal, he created at 67. After 2 fires had burned his life's work to ash. After the world had already written his obituary. Chicago, 1888. A 21-year-old with no degree and no connections walks into the office of Louis Sullivan, the most celebrated architect in America. He carries nothing but a portfolio of hand-drawn plans so precise, Sullivan hires him on the spot. For 6 years, young Frank absorbs everything: structure, proportion, the radical idea that a building should breathe with the land it stands on. Sullivan calls him the pencil in my hand. Frank calls Sullivan Lieber Meister, beloved master. By 30, Wright shatters the mold. Low prairie roof lines, open floor plans, walls of glass dissolving the barrier between indoors and earth. He names it organic architecture, structures that grow from the ground like living things. Nobody has ever seen anything like it. Fame arrives fast. Radical prairie houses spread across the Midwest. Wright builds his sanctuary in rural Wisconsin, a hilltop estate called Taliesin. Limestone walls, oak beams, every stone placed by hand with intention. August 1914. While Wright is away in Chicago, fire tears through Taliesin. The blaze devours his drafts, his library, decades of irreplaceable work. By morning, his shining brow is a skeleton of charred timber and cracked stone.
Most people would walk away. Wright walks into the wreckage while smoke still curls from the beams. He picks up a blackened stone, turns it over, and begins sketching on the back of a telegram. He will rebuild. There is no other option.
Stone by stone, Taliesin rises again. Then a second fire guts the living quarters. Wright rebuilds a second time. Critics mock him. The press calls him reckless, delusional. He says nothing. He just keeps laying stone. The 20s roar past without him. Commissions vanish. His personal life becomes tabloid wreckage, divorces, crushing debt, public scandal. By the early 1930s, Frank Lloyd Wright cannot pay his apprentices. He can barely heat his drafting room. He is 67 years old. European modernists, Le Corbusier, Mies van der Rohe, have stolen the spotlight. The architectural press treats Wright as a relic, a closed chapter, and somewhere inside he wonders if they are right.
Then a phone rings. Edgar Kaufman, a Pittsburgh department store owner, stocky, skeptical, wire-rimmed glasses, wants a weekend retreat on a waterfall in the Pennsylvania woods. A modest commission, almost charity. Wright takes it. What else does he have?
For months, Wright studies the site in silence. He watches Bear Run cascade over sandstone ledges. He listens to the rhythm of the water. He notes how light filters through the hemlock canopy. Kaufman grows restless. Wright draws nothing.
Then Kaufman calls. He's driving to Taliesin to see the plans. Wright has no plans, not a single line on paper. His apprentices exchange terrified glances. Wright sits at his empty drafting table, picks up a colored pencil, and something ignites.
The design pours out in a burst of focused fury. Concrete cantilevers thrust over the waterfall, not beside it, over it. Stone walls rise from the bedrock. Water roars beneath the living room floor. The house doesn't fight nature. It becomes nature.
Kaufman's engineers insist the cantilevers will collapse. They secretly reinforce the steel behind Wright's back. Wright is furious, but the structure holds. It holds for decades. It is still standing, perched over that same rushing water, defying every doubt ever cast.
Photographs hit the press and the world stops. Time magazine puts Wright on its cover. Critics call Fallingwater the greatest work of American architecture ever built. The relic, the footnote, is 68 years old, and he is just getting started.
Wright once said, "The mother art is architecture. Without an architecture of our own, we have no soul of our own civilization." He wasn't talking about buildings. He meant the thing you construct from the wreckage of your worst years. The vision only you can see.
Your worst season isn't your ending. It's raw material, limestone and oak, waiting for a builder who won't quit. The phone will ring again, but only if you're still at the drafting table when it does. 1,000 structures, 2 fires, 1 architect who never stopped building. Buildings burn, builders don't. Subscribe to forge your iron mindset. The iron mindset.